Hello and welcome to the Paul Rolls Fieldhouse in Holliston, Massachusetts on Friday, December 8th for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Basketball 2018. It's found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panther girls play host to the Hopkinton Hillers in the season opener for both teams. My name is Tom Emmons, and joining me along courtside is the color man who loves that new season smell, to legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, this senior-laden Panther team has high hopes this season. Can Holliston compete with the defending TVL co-champs Hopkinton tonight?
Well, it's going to be a test, and this Hopkinton team is really good. But, you know, Holliston, we saw them last year really come on at the end of the year, Tom, and these kids are all year old, a very young team. They only lost one player last year, and I think they're going to give them a go. Now, whether they can compete with them, that would be absolutely awesome. If they can, it's going to bode well for this season.
The Hopkinton Hillers last year were 20-3 on the season. They made it all the way to the Central 2 sectional finals where they lost to Medfield. They averaged 61 points a game, giving up 40 on the defense. Their head coach is Mike Greco. And now we're announcing the starting lineups for the Hopkinton Hillers first.
At guard, number 0, Lily Morningstar.
Number 0, junior guard Lillian Morningstar.
Number 11, Callie Corby.
Number 11, senior guard Callie Corby.
Senior number 15, Marissa Prawl.
Number 15, another senior, Marissa Prawl.
Senior number 32, Reagan Cavani.
Senior captain, Reagan Cavani.
Senior number 4, Ivy Gogolin.
And number 4, senior captain, Ivy Gogolin. And now your hometown Panthers.
Now the starting lineup for your Holliston Panthers. At guard, the senior captain, number 5, Grace DeZindelet.
Number 5, senior captain, Grace DeZindelet, the top scorer in the Tri-Valley League last year. Number 12,
Guard, the senior captain, number 15,
junior Brooke Jeffroy. Number 15, senior captain Tess Powers. Number 22, junior forward Eliza Altobelli. And number 32, senior forward Cammie Kazubal.
Assistants Kurt Martinson, Ryan Cheever, and athletic trainers Nicole Sigler.
We'll be back with the opening tap-off in just a moment. The Holliston Panthers last year had a record of 8 wins and 12 losses. They were 8-10 in the Tri-Valley League. They're averaging 47 points a game. Their head coach, Dan Keefe, is in his 3rd season with the Panthers. Now, Holliston started last year 1-6 with a young lineup, but they finished the season 7-6, Jay, and a couple of close games that they lost could have meant the difference in a playoff spot for him.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Keefe has been around a long time. He's a really, really good teacher. I think his strength here is a teacher, and as a teacher, he's able to develop the girls, and so they're going to grow and get better and better as time goes on. So now some of them I know, like Grace DeZindelet, and some of these girls have played AAU this summer. They've had some summer ball. They've done a lot of things. I mean, Grace obviously a superior scorer, and you know now they got some height with Brooke in there and Cammie Kazubal. So I think Holliston's going to be all right.
Hopkinton takes the opening tap. They go into Gogolin and out. Number 4 drives aside, blocked by Jeffroy, and out of bounds. Well, number 4, Ivy Gogolin, who has signed to play basketball at UNH next year. She was a Tri-Valley League All-Star, and it's going to be the center point
Another block
of this Hopkinton defense. But 2 blocks by Jeffroy, and it's Panther ball. Powers drive, rims out.
Right off the bat, Holliston opens in man-to-man, and they've got a little speed and a little athleticism in this Holliston team. They can stick with some of the better athletes in this league.
Down on 8 seconds on the shot clock. They go in at Gogolin, tapped away by Jeffroy. And the shot clock had 7 on it when it.
Looks like it's going to set it back to 4 seconds. 7:11 left to go in the first quarter here. No score.
Just underway here on opening night. Hopkinton versus Holliston. Hopkinton on the inbounds. 2-1 steal by DeZindelet. And she got messed up because the buzzer went off.
The buzzer went off, and for the 30-second clock. And Grace got a little messed up with it. I don't blame him. I kind of was wondering why it went off, too, until I looked up.
So a fresh 30 for Hopkinton. Holliston back on the defense. 3-point attempt. High off the rim. Hopkinton keeps it alive. And we've got an out-of-bounds play. It'll be Panther ball. So Holliston showing some suffocating defense on the first 3 tries by Hopkinton.
Well, it's one thing you can do no matter what happens, no matter how early you are in the year, is you can play, if you're playing man-to-man defense, you can play good, solid defense. That's just pure hustle and desire.
Powers, skip pass across to DeZindelet, drives baseline, kicks it out. Kazubal shot all off the rim. Holliston's got to hustle back.
Oh, nice
DeZindelet
footwork.
Stops the drive.
Nice footwork by Grace.
Baseline drive off the side of the backboard. And Gogolin makes it 2-0.
And they start right away. Hopkinton starts with a press. Now remember, in the girls' game, you have the whole 30 seconds to get it across court.
Powers turns around off the iron. Rebound by Altobelli. Called for steps. It'll be Hopkinton ball.
That was a tough rebound. That was, Lisa Altobelli went up high and came down. She kind of came down a little funny when she came down, and she kind of couldn't help herself from traveling there. But a good effort on the rebound.
Gogolin tries to go baseline on Jeffroy. Runner too far. And DeZindelet starts up the other way.
Oh, what a
nice
great pick. There's the roll.
Jump shot off the iron. Rebound by Cavani. 3-pointer by Cavani off the front of the rim. Morningstar controls, takes it to the basket. She's fouled, is going to go to the line and shoot 2. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Hiller's leading 2-0.
Yeah, it's been back and forth, up and down, and we kind of expect this a little early in the year, but they'll get their sea legs under them here a little bit and get going. When in a lot of them, are not really in basketball shape quite yet. It takes a few weeks to get into basketball shape, and unless you've really been playing basketball throughout the summer and through the fall, a lot of these girls are playing other sports, and they're coming out and they don't have the opportunity to play basketball. They're just not in basketball shape.
Well, plus it's game shape, Jay.
Yep.
This just takes it up a notch, especially a nice opening day crowd here, and both teams want to get off on a good start.
Yeah, there's a kick by Holliston. 5:08 left to go in the first quarter. 4-0. Hopkinton leads. Holliston's had already 3 or 4 turnovers, and that's what they got to eliminate from their game and get in there and get some good shots. They got the shooters, they got the scorers on this team, but they got to get them the ball. And they got to get them the ball in wherever position it's best for them to score from.
Get it into Gogolin, has to kick it out. Cavani with the 3-point attempt is good. DeZindelet turns it out after getting to the baseline. Up top to Powers. Powers looks inside. Gets it to Jeffroy. Turnaround, it's good.
Count it. 4:25 left in the first quarter. 7-2. Hopkinton in the lead.
Brooke Jeffroy averaging 7 points a game last year.
Oh, nice runner.
Bounced in by Gogolin. Her second basket of the night. DeZindelet takes it right into the paint. Short pass to Jeffroy, but controlled by the Hillers. Cavani, another shot, three-point attempt. This one rims out.
Got to get that spacing inside.
Kazubal into Jeffroy. She's going to be fouled on the outside. First foul against Hopkinton.
Right idea, though. Jeffroy was turning around. Brooke, she was turning around to kind of feed the ball in. Now Holliston would have had a layup. And that's one time when you get a call foul against the other team and you didn't want it.
Number 2, Gabriela Ramirez-Brodeur checks in for Holliston. And Ramirez-Brodeur had the winning basket last year against a tough Millis squad.
Yeah.
With a great inbound play. There was another great inbound play, and
no foul there.
Knocked out of bounds the last second by Hopkinton.
9-2, Hopkinton in the lead. 3:36 left to go in the first quarter.
Kazubal to Powers, straightaway three-pointer, no good.
This is a really frantic pace. These girls are going up and down the court.
Hopkinton on the left side. Nice stop by Ramirez-Brodeur, and it's out of bounds. Holliston ball.
Yeah, and Holliston is really playing well on defense. They're doing a nice job. You just got to get rid of those turnovers on the offensive end, and they'll catch right back up here.
DeZindelet works it in the offensive end.
Bang!
Point attempt, Cammie Kazubal. 9-5, Panthers trail by 4.
Wow, that's nice to see Cammie come out and start shooting very well.
She had 10 points and 10 assists, 10 rebounds against Sharon last year. Gogolin, turnaround shot, bounces out. Powers with the rebound. DeZindelet, runner, off the glass, no good. Fumbled out of bounds, though, by Hopkinton. I got to put a nickel into our first football reference in basketball season.
Well, you're not in full shape yet either then, huh?
First and 10, Holliston.
2:26 left in the first quarter, 9-5. Hopkinton in the lead. There's a nice pick.
Powers to the basket. Won't go. Hopkinton with the ball. Powers stepped in to slow that drive down, but she's going to be called for a foul. I think that's the second personal foul on Tess Powers. That's going to send Coach Keefe to his bench for number 1, Melanie Coleman, the junior guard.
All these girls we remember from last year because, oh, there's a nice finish by Hopkinton to Ivy Gogolin.
Gogolin averaged 11 points and 12 rebounds last year for the Hillers, who did graduate quite a few seniors. Coleman, right side. Knocked out of bounds, Holliston ball.
Had a nice talk with Coach Keefe before the game, and he was mentioning how he's opening these first few games against the iron of the league. And, you know, it's in one sense, it's like, okay, we're coming out and doing this. But in the other sense, what happens is at the end of the season, that means you're finishing up where you can come in and have a nice run going into the playoffs. But you're going to have to beat these teams anyway if you want to get anywhere. So
well, we talked about you want to be the best, you play the best.
Absolutely.
And this is a great early season test for the Panthers. They'll learn a lot about knowing where they want to go. They want to be a Hopkinton. Got an inadvertent 30-second buzzer. 1:22, Eliza Altabelli checks in again for Brooke Jeffroy. So Kazubal, Altabelli, DeZindalet, Ramirez, Brodeur, and Coleman on the floor for the Panthers.
1:28 left to go in the first quarter. 11-5, Hopkinton.
Nice step up by Kazubal. DeZindalet called for the foul. That's the 4th foul on the Panthers. Just 1 for the Hillers. DeZindalet almost with the steal.
Oh, very nicely done.
Nice runner by number 12, Hubner. Double team on DeZindalet. She heads to the baseline. And a double dribble is going to give the ball to the Hillers with 1:08 to go here in the first quarter. Panthers trailing by 8. Coach Keefe goes to his bench for number 14, Jackie Alibrandi.
I think what you want to do here, I think what Coach wants them to do is just kind of slow it down a little bit, set it up, work your offense a little bit. It's always good to run. I love running. I love aggressiveness, but you know, sometimes you just have to slow it down and let the game come to you, and I think that's what the coach wants to have his offense do right now. Defense isn't playing badly.
Long rebound kept alive on the line. Holliston ball with 46 seconds to go.
See, this is what I think Coach wanted to do. Set it down, settle down, set it up a little bit. But you got to come and help because you got the 5-second rule here.
Jump
and
ball.
You get a jump ball.
Possession arrow to the Panthers. It's going to be Hiller ball. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Holliston should get one more possession. Three-point attempt off the mark. Rebound Hopkinton.
Yeah, and a foul.
Coleman for the foul.
It just, you know, just a little bit out of sync here, Tom. Just a little bit out of sync. And one of the things that I think is great in high school ball, in any sport, if you want to, with these sports with game sports, you know, if you can play with great speed and control yourself, you're going to beat a lot of teams. That right now is what Hopkins is doing. They're just playing very, very fast game, very aggressive game. They're coming in. There's a score right there to make it 15-5. Hopkinton with 6 seconds, the clock running.
Alibrandi runs into Gogolin, puts it up, and shot is no good, no foul. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter with Hopkinton leading the Panthers 15-5. Well, into the first quarter is Coach's Corner, brought to you by Holliston Girls Basketball on Facebook. Click like and show some love for the girls Panthers team today. Coach Keefe, before the season, I got a chance to talk to him, and he said, we only graduated one senior last year. We're returning a number of starters and players who got some solid playing time last year. We finished really strongly and missed the tourney by only 2 games. A total of 5 points in those 2 games. I'm hoping our experience and maturity carries us to this year. We may not be the best in the league, but we will have the strongest bench and the ability to go deep into the bench without much drop-off. So,
well, that's good, and that's what you need, because at times you're going to be missing. A girl's going to get twisted an ankle, or somebody's get a cold or something, you know, and you're going to get that bench. And other times, you know, sometimes you want that bench to come off, and you want somebody to really spark that offense, or really step up on that defense, and that's what a bench will give you. The other thing they have going for them this year is this beautiful new floor. I don't know if people have seen this. We haven't talked about it yet, but this is a brand new wood floor that they have here in the field house, and it is just beautiful. It's really nice.
Really, it's hearing the sweet squeak of success.
Yeah, isn't it nice? It just, just felt so bad for all those years the girls had to play in that, and the boys had to play in that, I don't know what you call it, tartan floor or something. You kept sliding and slipping, and this is nice.
It was state of the art at one time, but
yeah,
its time was done. So here's we start the second quarter. Number 11, Abby Ray Wells checks in for Holliston.
Now Abby Ray is somebody who was a foul.
And that was Altabelli taking it to the basket. She got fouled.
She's somebody, I remember Abby Ray last year came in several times and sparked this offense and defense. And having someone like her coming off the bench is a huge plus for Holliston.
So Altabelli to the line to shoot 2.
Nicely done.
Altabelli had a season high against Westwood last year, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Zindelet checks back in for the Panthers. So Jeffroy, Altabelli, Zindelet, Wells, and Coleman out there for Holliston. (15-6), Panthers trail by 9.
Oh,
goes up and under. Draws the foul.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's a very nicely done. Nice job by Jeffroy. She really got nice position there, but I guess she must have come down and hit her in the arm or something. As you said earlier, Tom, Gogelin's one of the girls who's already pretty well set what she wants to do next year.
Gets the second one. 7 points for Gogelin. Second foul on Jeffroy. Coach Keefe doesn't want her to get into foul trouble too early in this game.
Oh, nicely done. Nicely done.
Altabelli puts it back up off the glass. No good. Kept alive. And Hiller's able to control. 3-point attempt is good by Prahl.
Well, that time Coleman did a really nice job playing defense. She was back there all by herself, and she came back, made them commit, and then she was able to get out there to try and defend the 3, but it was a little too late. But that's what you want to do when you get 3 or 4 on 1. Is just make them commit, and she did a nice job of that down in the defensive end. 6:55 left to go in the first half.
Wells went inside to Zindelet, and Grace is going to head to the line to shoot 2.
You know, it's funny a lot of times that, you're not playing maybe quite as well as you want to play, or not shooting as well as you want to play, and sometimes you get to that free throw line and you hit one, and that just opens the door, and then you just feel it for the rest of the game.
Well, does Zindelet the top scorer in the Tri-Valley League last year, 19 points a game. She gets the second one. She averaged also 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 assists. And there's a steal right there for number 5. Takes it right up to the basket. No good. Gets the rebound. Keeps it alive to Coleman for the 3-pointer. No good. Some good defense by the Panthers, giving them an offensive chance. Gogelin outside. No. She's going to be fouled before she was in the act of shooting, but that is the 7th personal foul on the Panthers and should send her to the line.
Yep, shooting 1-on-1. 7 fouls against Holliston. Hopkinton has committed 3. 19-7. Hopkinton by 12 with 6:32 left to go in the first half.
Gogelin hits the first. She's got 8 points. Number 14, Jackie Alabrandi checks in, sophomore guard.
That, by the way, was Grace DeZindelet's second foul, so coach is going to get him on the bench. He doesn't want to get him in foul trouble too early in this game.
Yeah, well, that Powers, DeZindelet, and Jeffroy all with 2 fouls. 6:29 to go in the second quarter. Coach Keefe with a timeout with 6:23 to go here in the first half. Hillers leading by 14. Well, Holliston's got to figure out a way to get DeZindelet going on the offense. You know, they have been playing the defense. They've stayed with it, forced Hopkinton to take the open shot, usually from the outside. They were having a little trouble getting inside. Then they started hitting a few of those outside shots, and Holliston had trouble getting into their offense.
Yeah, I don't really think defense is really the issue. As you said, I think it's the offense, and you know, you come down and they have a ton of turnovers, and you know, it's one of these things where you're just a half a step slow or a half a step fast, or the pass is just off a little bit. And you know, I think what coach wants to do is he wants to get them in here, as I said, settle them down, get them going, hit a couple shots, and get back in this ball game. I mean, you know, Hopkinton, you know, you've given up 21 points. Well, that's a lot. But you know, if Holliston has made 3 or 4 more shots, they'd still be right. They'd be right in this game. They're going to be down by 5 or 6 points. So, you know, you really got to do it. You got to do it on both ends, not just the offensive end or the defensive end. Holliston stays. I'm sorry. They're saying they're man-to-man defense. Nice defense.
Nice defense there by Altabelli.
Did it again.
Down to 8 seconds on the shot
clock.
That's
Holliston ball. That's a nice job by Altabelli. And what she did there, she did 2 things. She denied the ball in with her hand, but she also used her body to make sure that Gogolin couldn't get in the position she wanted to get in. Nice work.
Wells, baseline, runner.
Count it.
It's good. Abby Ray Wells with her first basket. So a stop by the Panthers and a basket out of that timeout. Runner by Cavani, no good. Wells on the loose ball, looking up court.
Oh, nice pass.
Knocked away. Girls head to the floor. Holliston ball.
Yeah, what's happening?
16 seconds on the shot clock.
What's happening on this offensive end for Holliston is their forwards and centers are all kind of collapsing into that middle. There's not leaving enough space to make a nice move, and you gotta have spacing inside. You must have it, and they're not quite getting it. And it's drawing extra defenders down in there and making it easy for Hopkinton to defend down under the basket.
Cavani, left-handed runner is good. 7 points for the senior captain, co-captain.
Now they got to come up and help her, but see how they're all collapsing low.
Another timeout for Coach Keefe.
Yeah, it's a good one because he was going to lose the ball in the 5-second count. You've got to come out and get the ball, and you can't all be low. And what's happening is they're all down low. They're running it looks like a 1-4 almost that they're running down there. But the problem is everybody's collapsing to the inside, and Hopkinton is able to having 8 or 10 arms down there to be able to defend that down low, and that's why Hollis is not getting those easy shots.
4:49 to go in the first half. Hopkinton 23-9 over the Panthers. Well, it's the 2 co-captains for the Hillers. Gogolin with 8 points and Cavani with 7. That's really been that 1-2 punch, number 4 and number 32, been leading Hopkinton.
Well, yeah, and they've done a good job. I mean, Elijah Altabelli's done a really nice job on Gogolin now the last few times down the floor, denying her the ball and denying her position in where she wants to get on the floor. And he's done a nice job with that. And you can shut them down all you want, but if you can't get down here on your end and score, as I said earlier, it's really not going to matter.
Well, coaching moments.
Yep.
And Holliston's going to take another timeout to coach the team up. Let's see how they do coming out of this timeout. We've got 13 on the shot clock. Coleman to the corner, baseline shot.
Count it!
And it's good. Jackie Alibrandi with the basket. 23-11. And number 21, Carolyn Cannell, got lost on the defense there. And Holliston had a foul, their 8th of the half. Cannell, just a freshman on the Hiller varsity squad.
Well, it looks like she's got a little height and she handles the ball very well.
(24-11).
See, now someone's got to
looking for some help.
Yeah,
Morningstar doing a nice job.
They got to come up and get the ball. If she gets doubled, and there's somebody standing all alone under the basket, and
Morningstar with the quick hands puts it back up. Cavani rebounds and on the putback, and she's going to go to the line.
I'll tell you, Lillian Morningstar, she is really good. I remember her from last year, and she's a really, really good defender too. They put her right away one-on-one on Grace Dzindel at the beginning of the game, and she did a nice job on Grace. 4:01 left to go in the first half here, 25-11. Hopkinton in the lead.
Rebound by Altabelli.
Yeah, now so you got to look down. When you got these girls running the floor, you really got to look down because they had somebody all alone.
Baseline jumper for Coleman. Oh, just rims out. But Coleman back to stop the drive.
Nice D by
Wells with the.
Oh, yeah.
Got the hand on the arm. Had the hand on the ball to start.
Yeah, but they'll kind of, we have our own referee here, Steve Hedrick. He'll tell you this: when you're reaching in like that, you're going to get a call almost every time. Whether you get your hand on the ball or not, they call it. That's the 10th foul, too, by the way. So from now on, Hopkinton will be shooting 2.
Ramirez Broder and number 2. Cannell hits them both. Gogolin checks back in for the Hillers. Nice pass out of the
that's
double
what you
team.
wanted. That's exactly right, Tom. That's what you want to do. Look for that, whoever's defending against that double team.
And the 4th foul of the half called on the Hillers.
Holliston really does have to start getting some spacing in there. It's just making it too easy for Hopkinton to defend.
Holliston ball. Steal by Gogolin. Nice help.
What a nice pass. What a nice pass.
McDermott with the basket. Foul on Cannell.
It's only their 5th team foul. 29-11. Holliston down. 2:58 left to go in the first half.
Kazubal ahead to Ramirez Brodeur and back. Kazubal drives off the glass. Holliston keeps it alive. Nice battle by Altabelli. And she puts the ball back in. 13 points for the Panthers.
Now you need to stop and come back and score again quickly here. Got to get some consistency with your offense and your defense. There it is.
Brodeur, Ramirez Brodeur with the steal. Kazubal, three-pointer. Off the glass, gets her own rebound. Good hustle by 32.
Bang!
And Abby Ray Wells with the three-pointer.
And that's the consistency you need. You got to come back and score. Hold them, come back and score. Now, it'd be great if you could do it one more time right here.
Canal.
That's great defense. That's great defense. Holliston ball. That's exceptional defense coming over and not committing that foul. That's a really tough thing to do.
And the two captains back into the game, Dezindalet and Powers, with 1:57 to go here in the first half. Panthers trailing by 13. Dezindalet to Powers, baseline jumper, no good.
Nice bound.
Altabelli goes to the floor hard, and the foul's called on Gogolin. Not on Gogolin, on Cavani.
29-16. Holliston has cut into this lead now with 1:44 left to go in the first half. That was a sixth foul. From after this now, Holliston will be shooting. Count it!
And there, number 5, the TVL's #1 scorer last year, could start to heat up. Three-pointer there.
Right, and all of a sudden you're pulling that defense out. See what happens when you get out there, when you get to shoot from outside. You're not forcing it in with all the. That's good D right there by Abby Ray. That's Holliston ball. Nice job by Abby Ray Wells.
So Holliston hustling it up on the defense. They've cut the Hiller lead to 10. They've scored the last 3 times up the floor.
And what they've done, Tom, is they've eliminated these turnovers, and that's what I was talking about earlier on. You know, you can eliminate those, you can start scoring, you get yourself right back in this ball game. See that spacing? That's nice spacing now. That's nice spacing in there. Now you can make your move.
Drives off the front of the rim, gets the rebound.
Jump ball. Holliston ball.
So Panthers with possession.
1:04 left to go in the first half here. 29-19. Holliston looking to creep a little closer. There it is.
Altabelli wide open. And there's an assist for number 5. And the junior forward with 5 points, Eliza Altabelli. Panthers within 8. Well, that really fires up your defense when you start scoring and stopping. Oh, Powers so close to a steal.
Yeah, she knew.
She was trying to hit the brakes because she didn't want to run through that one.
Well, the other thing is, too, the girls got to get used to the floor, too, because they've played on this slippery floor all a while, too, so they're getting a little used to it, too. Just under 42 seconds left to go in the first half. Holliston has really cut into this lead, 29-21, and they're going to have a chance here if they can get a quick shot off, 2 for 1.
They're 30-21. Nice pass by Dezindalet from the floor.
Yeah, that's the shortstop there, throwing it from the floor.
Baseline out to Ramirez Brodeur. And number 2 comes up with a clutch basket. Holliston within 7. We're down at 24 seconds to go.
And great defense right here by Holliston.
Tapped away. Baseline. Cut off by Altabelli. And a steal for the Panthers.
Yeah, and you can slow it down here. If you don't have the layup, slow it down. There's the layup.
Ramirez Brodeur off the glass. No good. Rebound Holliston.
Now they got to put it up.
Down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. Blocked. And Holliston couldn't come up with a shot right there at the end. But he gets to the end of the first half. A great second half of the second quarter. And the Hillers head in the locker room with a 7-point lead over the Panthers, 30-23. We'll be back with the second half action in just a moment. All right, teams are back out of the locker room. First half scoring for the Panthers. Abby Ray Wells and Eliza Altabelli with 5 apiece. Grace DeZindelet with 4. Cammie Kazubel with 3. Jackie Alabrandi, Brooke Jeffroy, and Gabriela Ramirez-Brodeur with 2 apiece. Leading scorers for the Hillers, number 4, Ivy Gogolin with 9, and number 32, Regan Keaveney with 8 points, the 2 co-captains for the Hillers.
Well, you know, and Holliston finished with on a 10-1 run there, and what did they do? Well, first of all, they continued to play that great man-to-man defense, and Eliza Altabelli really took care of Ivy Gogolin during that time. The other thing they did, 2 things. One, they eliminated those turnovers, and the other thing is they spread out their offense more, and they hit a couple threes, and then they were off to the races.
Jump shot by Gogolin is good.
Oh, what a great pick by Brooke Jeffroy.
Morningstar's going to have to look both ways next time she crosses the street. Jeffroy, baseline, reach in, foul by Gogolin. So the starting 5 for the Panthers here in the second half: DeZindelet, Jeffroy, Powers, Kazubel, and Wells. Jeffroy.
Oh, nice
to the left side. Off the glass, no good. Morningstar controls the rebound. Gogolin calling for the ball, but they couldn't get it there. And we got to reach in.
Yeah, that's on Tess.
Foul.
I think what happened was she was going to go after, and she was going to following up behind the player with the ball, and she just took a little slip there and fell right into her.
That's the 4th personal foul on Powers. Morningstar jump shot rolls in. Hillers start the second half with 4 points. Holliston can't control that. The Hiller ball.
That's those turnovers that I said they when they eliminated those, Holliston came up in that nice 10-1 run.
Coach Keefe wants a timeout, so they can try to get back to some of that momentum of the 10-1 run that left. They finished the second half with second quarter with.
And what he's going to talk to the girls about probably right here is that press break. They got to do something on the press break. Now, the best thing I've always thought to do for press break is to throw a pick. Have somebody throw a pick and release, and then come back down. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
That was back when there were laces on the ball.
There were laces on the ball,
and you had to knock the ball out of the peach basket with a broomstick.
Do you know who put the nets on
Who put the hoop in the hoop-de-hoop?
Who put the nets on the thing?
You know, I don't
know. The peach basket. A guy named Pop Stebbins at Springfield College. Pop's job, he was a maintenance guy, and his job was, the little hole at the end of the peach basket. They had a stick, and they'd hit the stick up in the peach basket, and the ball would come out.
Well, it was a broomstick, and they kept taking Pop's broom, and it should have been in his closet. Yeah.
This is a true story. I'm not kidding you. And so what he said, well, let's put something in. He cut the basket, cut the bottom out of the peach basket. And from there, then they came up with this.
I tell you.
Pop Stebbins.
Otherwise, we'd be watching we'd be watching the Celtics knocking the ball out of a peach basket.
That's the way it works, son. 34-23. Holliston down by 11 with 7:05 left to go in the third. But they do, like I said, I really like using the throwing picks to break that press because you can release people.
Gogolin to the basket. Good defense by the Panthers. That was well contested shot.
I was going to say
with the rebound.
I think that shot might have even been tipped by Holliston.
Wells looks inside. There's the cutter. DeZindelet She got sort of held up on that play.
Well, that should have been one of two things. That should have been either she should have caught the ball because she didn't get fouled, or they should have called a foul, and they didn't call a foul. You can't prevent the girl from going across the thing. That's not the fault of Holliston, of either Abby Ray or of Grace.
Gogolin up top. Jeffroy stops that drive. Three-point attempt is good by Prahl. That's her second tray of the game. And Hopkinton pushes their lead to 14. Zindelet's in the paint. Runner won't go. Prahl dumps it off to Morningstar. Three-point attempt by Kivani. No good. And Holliston controls. Zindelet winds up on a three, but it is no good.
The other thing they got to do when they're running this press, you got to look down court. Cami Kazubal is beating her defender down court every single time. She's doing expending all that energy running. You got to hit them when they run like that, especially those.
Get those forwards going down there.
You get them going down there. You got to hit them. You got to get them the ball.
Baseline defense. A reach-in foul on Wells.
37-23. Hopkinton by 14. 5:25 left to go in the third.
I like the way Jeffroy, though, is very active there in the paint, backing up defenders.
Well, defensively, I thought she played very well defensively last year.
And you got to learn. You got to learn that you can trust number 12 back there.
She's going to be back there at the back of the defense, and that gives you an opportunity to take some chances.
Play tough on the front end because they're going to be running into the Great Wall of China back there.
Yeah.
So fresh 30 on the clock for the Hillers. Holliston putting the man-to-man on him. Morningstar with a nice backdoor, but Kivani along the baseline to Gogolin. Shot off the mark. Morningstar. Ball hawks, but she's deep in the paint with it. I don't know what happened.
Why the shot clock going? Why is there only... Wow, something happened. There we
steal
go.
by Zindelet.
Count it
up and in. 6 points for number 5.
37-25. Holliston cuts the lead to 12.
Zindelet knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, well, Grace is very active right now on the defensive side of the ball. Playing really well.
Coleman and Altabelli in for Holliston. 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Holliston within 12. Three-pointer, no good. Nice box out by Altabelli, and she gets a foul.
She got fouled. That's a nice call right there. Good call by the ref.
Thumbs up to Coach Keefe. Hey, you protect the ball and get one of those reach-in fouls that have been plaguing the Panthers.
Now you get out there and spread out. Spread that offense. Give some spacing, some room underneath the basket for these forwards to work.
Zindelet. Skip pass to Wells.
Count it!
On the baseline!
27-37. Leads only 10 now, Hopkinton. 4 minutes left to go in the third.
7 points for
Great D there. Altabelli again.
Holliston. Everybody went to the glass that time. Coleman. Stopped by Morningstar, but a nice little fadeaway runner.
37-29. It's down to 8. 3:44 left to go in the third.
Can you fade away and run at the same time?
You can fade away with your run.
That was a fadeaway looper there by number 1.
And that's just looking down
Good
court,
touch.
looking for the open person.
Morningstar jumps it off to Gogolin.
Oh. Might have got a little bit of the body there, but that was looked like a nice block there by Altabelli.
You know what I see about Eliza Altabelli playing really good positional basketball. Like the Celtics guy, the guy from Germany, Tice there.
Yeah.
It's just like he's always in the right spot.
Well, that comes from playing. He's 27 years old. He played 12 years pro over there.
Yeah,
started when he was 15. That's the way they play.
Always,
he knows
always
what to
a
do.
box out.
Yep.
Always a good positioning.
Well, I was going to say that on that last run that Hopkinton had, where they got 3 or 4 shots in a row, is when you're playing man to man, you should be boxing out. You shouldn't. You should be able to box out because you're right on your man.
So Holliston within 10, 39-29.
Yes. Oh.
Wow.
I think what he meant by that was a backcourt. I don't think it was a travel. I think it was a back because he did put a foot on that half-court line.
Okay.
I think he just called the wrong thing. .3:14 left to go in the third. 29-39. Holliston down 10.
Runner there by Keaveney.
That's it. They got to stay behind the ball. That's how you break the press. Staying behind it.
Dezindelet, left side, off the glass, no good. Keaveney with the rebound. Nice job by Coleman stopping that drive. And we got a foul on Holliston.
Holliston coming down, and one other thing they may want to try doing on offense is you don't have to take the first shot to say if you get a wide open shot, that's fine, but don't force it. Bring it out. Wait, you're shooting the ball here with 15, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Give yourself a chance to get a good shot. 42-29. Holliston down by 13. 2:39 left to go in the third quarter.
Jeffroy, number 12, checks back in for Holliston.
43-29.
Makes both of the free throws, and Hiller's by 14. Wells gets to the paint. Shot won't go. Morningstar, quick pass. Saved from going out of bounds. Keaveney.
Yeah, turning the ball over. Holliston ball.
That's carry.
That's that flip the thing.
It's a carry.
Yeah, it's a carry, all
It's
right.
in the rule book. You can look it up. Mel Allen. Wells kicks it out. Altabelli across to Jeffroy.
Count it!
Off the glass for number 12. She's got 4 points.
Got to have another stop here. Another stop.
Morningstar gets it inside to Gogolin.
Nice
Altabelli
defense.
had her hand on the ball and caused that shot off the mark.
She's running. Count it. Get it up there.
Zindelet ahead to Altabelli. She can't. Had trouble on the left side there. Another steal for Dezindelet. Jeffroy tried to get that rebound.
Oh, good hustle by Coleman.
Hopkinton picking up the pace.
Great hustle by
Holliston
Coleman.
matching.
That's something that you just saw there by Coleman. You don't see in the scorebook at all, but she stopped the basket there. See, that's what I was talking about, Tom. You want to come out. You want to set up your offense a little bit. There's another steal.
Dezindelet with another steal. Lead pass. Altabelli down there.
Count
Lays it in for the basket. Number 22.
Down to 10, 114.
7 points for the junior.
110, 109 left to go in the third.
Holliston has clawed its way back within 10. Into Morningstar. Up and off the glass
very
for
nice.
the junior guard.
That's just a pretty play. We would love to see that play.
And we got a timeout with 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hopkinton leading 45-33.
And it's that defense that's spurring the offense right there. And Holliston's getting their chances now. They're getting some good defensive stops, and they're getting some good shots at the basket. And they can finish. If they finished a couple of those, it would really be in a tussle here for Hopkinton.
I love the instinctive play of Grace Dezindelet. Holliston's pressuring the ball in transition, and Dezindelet just sees those little tip balls or anticipates that next pass and is just just slicing into the lane.
Yep.
She must have had 3 steals in 3 minutes out there.
That's just knowing what's going to happen. And that, we talk a lot of time about playing with speed and playing fast, but a lot of the times the fast comes from the confidence you have in knowing what's going to happen. If you have an idea of where that ball's going to go, you can get there before the play even develops, and you can make those steals. And she's done a nice job of that so far. But the other thing is the other 4 girls are forcing the ball, forcing these quick turnovers. And at the last little spurt there, Holliston's been the team that's been playing a lot more with a lot more speed and confidence than Hopkinton, and they really need to keep that up.
So 55 seconds to go. Panthers trail by 12.
Brooke, Jeffroy, and Eliza.
Tess Powers checks back in. She's got 4 fouls.
Brooke Jeffroy and Eliza Altabelli playing together. They've really formed pretty dynamic duo there underneath, especially defensively. Nice play.
And to Powers. Ran into a double team. Nice job by the Hillers. Connell's shot off the mark. Powers with the rebound. And Connell with the foul.
Yeah, this has really been a pretty clean quarter foul-wise. 39 seconds left to go in the third. Holliston has 4 fouls and Hopkinton has 3. So nobody really team-wise in trouble. I think Tess has 4, and that's a little problem.
Coleman, baseline to Zindelet.
Yep.
Gonna draw the foul.
There's the 4th foul for Hopkinton. 45-33, Hopkinton by 12. 32 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the game has kind of had some runs, and Hopkinton's been kind of consistently going, but Holliston's had 2 or 3 runs.
So 33 seconds to go. Holliston inbounds. Wells to DeZindelet. DeZindelet drives into the paint, gets her own rebound. Kept alive by the Hillers, and they get control with 21 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. We got a foul on Holliston.
Is that 11?
That's going to be a shooting foul. Wow.
That's Abby Ray Wells' 3rd foul. 5th on the team. 45-33, Holliston down by 12.
Not a shooting foul. So I was right.
You usually are, Tom.
Eventually. Blind squirrel, not me. Jump shot off, nothing but air, out of bounds.
That's nice defense.
Holliston ball.
And now you got a little under 10 seconds
10
here.
10 seconds.
33-45.
Somebody's got to. DeZindelet's looking for somebody to go deep. Gets it to Wells. Knocked out of bounds by Cannell. The Holliston ball.
See what I was talking about right there? That's where you've got to come across, set a pick to free up somebody. They're playing, Hopkins playing really strong man-to-man defense there.
And it's going to be Hopkinton ball with 6 seconds. As good idea, but Zindelet just didn't connect.
Now you've got to come down and put the pressure on them here. You've got to put the pressure on. Oh, that's going to hurt because that's her 3rd foul.
And that is
Grace. (45-33), Holliston down. Hopkinton with a 12-point lead, 5 seconds left. And what do we have here? Oh, Holliston
offensive foul. Been watching too much Gronkowski with the push-off there.
Yeah. Now, throw a pick or release, one or the other. Don't just stand there. You got to throw a pick or release deep like that.
And Jeffroy has it, front court. Coleman, 3-pointer. No good. Rebound, Hopkinton. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter with the Hillers leading the Panthers by 12, 45-33. And it's time for This Week in the Tri-Valley League. Brought to you by Holliston Youth Basketball, providing quality programs for boys and girls K through 8th grade. Check out hollistonbasketball.com for more information today. Well, the JV team came up on the short side against the Hillers in the first game here at the Fieldhouse, but the top scorers, Jessica Durkee with 6, Ellie Burke with 4, and Kelty Kober with 4 for the Panthers in that effort. But speaking of Panther alumni,
yeah,
over at Southern New Hampshire University, our Kylie Lorenzen is in her junior year, and this week the Penmen upset the number 3 ranked Bentley University Falcons, my alma mater.
Wait, how many alma maters you have? When we talk
I got
about UMass,
two. I got 2. I got my associate's degree at Bentley.
You get kicked out of 2 schools?
I got my bachelor's from UMass, but I went 2 years to Bentley. But anyway, the Penmen upset the number 3 ranked Bentley University team, and Kylie Lorenzen with 27 points and 11 rebounds.
Well, Kylie really is a D1 player. You know, coming out of here, I really thought she was a D1 player, and she has proven it over time that she's just really impressive in what she can do. And you know, we joking a little bit with you about the Bentley thing, but Bentley has had a very strong basketball program. As you said, they were number 3 in the nation, and they were Southern New Hampshire able to beat them thanks to Kylie.
Panthers start with the ball, but turn it over to the Hillers here as we start the fourth quarter. Good defense there by Jeffroy on Gogolin. Ten on the shot clock for the Hillers. Keaveney's shot goes short. Alibrandi with the rebound and draws the foul. So Panther ball. Alibrandi, Coleman, Wells, Jeffroy, and Powers here to start the fourth quarter.
What you don't want to do is
Coleman, three-pointer off the mark, but Jeffroy keeps it alive.
There it is.
Drops it off. Nice pass by Alibrandi. I got these Alas got it mixed up. They're playing well, though. Morningstar runs into Wells. And she's going to be called for the blocking foul.
And I think that might have been able to go either way right there.
That's the 4th foul on Wells.
A couple girls now with 4.
And it puts the Hillers into the bonus. So Morningstar will be shooting 1-1. Is this Morningstar at the line? Yes.
Yep.
Kazubal, number 32, checks in for Wells.
The way to prepare for this team, Tom, is when you have your practice session before the game, is put 7 defenders against the girls.
Right.
Seriously, and let them just go nuts, and let them, and they get used to it. So then, when you get down to the 5 defenders, the floor will seem more wide open for them.
Did Pop Stebbins tell you that one too?
Oh boy. 6:51 left to go in the ball game. 47-33. Hopkinton by 14.
Powers, baseline, a little too hard. Drew some contact and is fouled.
Should be shooting 2.
Number 32, Keaveney stepped up for the double team, and Powers just ran around it.
And now both teams have 7 fouls, so they're both in the 1-on-1 situation. Because this is a 2-shot foul. Fouled the act of shooting.
And Zindelet back into the ball game for Jackie Alibrandi.
Tess finally gets her first point of the season.
Tess Powers last year averaging 6 points a game, 6 rebounds, two assists and 2 steals. She hits them both.
Lead is down to 12 for Hopkinton. 6:40 to go in the ball game.
Plenty of time here. See if the Panthers can get their defense in gear. Morningstar breaks to the basket, but out of the pack comes Dezindalet.
Nice job. Nice
Kazubal,
passing.
jumper, no good. Rebound to Dezindalet, fights with Morningstar. Jump ball.
That was some nice passing right there. Nice job by Brooke Jeffroy. Hopkinton ball on the jump.
So possession arrow now should be to the Panthers.
Yeah.
And we got a timeout with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the game. Panthers trail by 12. Well, Kylie Lorenzen is going to be honored as part of a ceremony here at the Paul Rolls Fieldhouse for all of the 1,000-point career scorers here at Holliston High School. We understand there's 6 of them, and no surprise, number 23 is one of them.
Absolutely, and my understanding is all 6 of those honorees will be here that night. It's going to be December 22nd, Friday night. Going to start at 5 o'clock. The first game will be the girls' varsity game. At halftime, I think what they're probably going to do here is at halftime they're going to have a floor dedication, and then the boys' varsity will play the second game. And I believe at halftime of that is when they will do the dedication of the honorees for the 1,000-point scorers.
And HCAT will be carrying that game, and we hope to bring it to you live on Facebook.
We're hoping we can stream that live, and we're hoping that we get a really nice turnout here to honor some of the great basketball players in Holliston history.
So Kylie Lorenzen with 1,177 points, 954 rebounds, 375 steals. And she's closing in on 1,000 points at Southern New Hampshire University.
Yeah, she is something special.
She's got 940 points for the Penn men. Or Penn women? Penn people. Jeffroy called for the foul. She was guarding Gogolin.
The Penn people. 47-35. Holliston leading by 12.
So that's the 3rd foul on Jeffroy. Not bad with just 5:59 to go. Gogolin hits both. She's got 14 points for the Hillers.
One of the things about coming out of a game like this is that, it's your first game of the year, and the coach will have the girls' attention, and he can show them that, see, this is what happens if we don't do this or we don't do that. So it's a good, well, I guess you'll call it a teaching moment, but.
Dezindalet slides it into Altabelli, who kicks it out to Coleman. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Powers drops it off to Jeffroy. Nice play right there, but Hopkinton, with bodies on the floor, comes away with the ball.
Ten seconds to shoot.
Nice block by Jeffroy, out of bounds. And the Hillers are inbound with just 6 seconds on the shot clock.
And 5:14 left on the game clock in this ball game. Holliston down by 14, 49-35.
3-pointer. High rebound. Gogolin goes up to get it, but it is.
Yeah.
Did the buzzer go off?
No.
So that'll be the 4th foul on Jeffroy. Gogolin will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, she was shooting 1 because she made the shot. 52-35. Hopkinton pulling away a little bit here, up 17.
17 points for Gogolin. Fight on the floor, jump ball. This should be for the Panthers. Possession arrow. The last one went to the Hopkinton.
What are they calling? Jump ball. Possession arrow is the wrong way. Possession arrow goes this way. Yeah, they got it.
I think I was right again.
Well, twice in one night.
You know, mic drop. I just got to walk away right now.
That might not be a bad idea.
The last night I was right twice in a row on a refereeing call. No way.
Now they're going to talk about it. They say, I think Tom's over there bragging he was right twice. It can't be true. 5:07 left to go in this ball game. 52-35.
5 minutes is a lot of time, but the Panthers need a basket here. And they just got to find a way to get that defensive mojo back against the Hillers.
Yeah, see, this is much better now. They're coming
Powers
out
into Jeffroy. Turnaround jumper. Off the iron. Jeffroy to the floor. Off of Morningstar. Oh, my gosh. She okay? Bloody nose.
Totally inadvertent.
Yeah. Well, Morningstar's a gamer. I'm sure it's not her first bloody nose.
I really enjoyed watching her tonight. I remember her from last year too.
Yeah.
She's just a tough. She plays defense. She does.
She is a ball hawk.
She is. She does the dirty work, and that's the type of kid you want on your ball club.
So Dezindalet inbounds with 28 on the shot clock. Powers it back to Dezindalet. Tries to flip it inside to Altabelli. Knocked away. Holliston needs a stop. Kivani steps back, jump shot off the front, rebound to Zindalet.
Yeah.
Called for steps.
Wow, I thought they were calling a foul. Holy mackerel!
I was blocked by the referee, so I did not see the play.
Okay, otherwise you would have been right.
That's correct. I would have.
I wonder if they're
I don't call them as I don't see them.
I wonder if they're doing the same thing they're doing in the. There's a three-pointer, no good. They're doing the same thing they're doing in the NBA this year, where they're really looking for that little.
Hell, Altabelli with the steal, knocked it ahead to Coleman. Altabelli
steps again. See, it's that that what they're doing in the NBA this year, how they're calling that very first quick step that they used to let people get away with, and I wonder if they're doing the same thing here.
I just wish they'd cut out the 17 steps to the basket.
Yeah.
That's the
in the NBA.
In the NBA, it's just crazy.
Well, we used to call the old jab step, they do, but they call that traveling now.
Down to 3:55.
Altabelli's really played a nice game tonight, defensively.
Ramirez Brodeur on defense. Nice job there. Down to 12 seconds on the shot clock for the Hillers.
Wow.
Cavani runs in. And we got a foul.
Yeah, Coleman got
Kivani came right through.
Yeah.
Number one.
Melanie got one right in the chops.
And Gogolin will go to the line to shoot 2. That's the third foul on Altabelli. Wells comes in for Coleman.
.335 left to go in this ball game. Holliston down by 18, 53-35.
18 for Gogolin. Is that right? 19. Thank you, Steve Hedrick.
So this has been
our onboard statistician tonight.
Constant defensive pressure by Hopkinton. Count it.
Hey, nice use of the glass.
I heard a call
there by DeZindelet.
53-37.
Gogolin goes to nice turnaround and is fouled as she misses the shot.
I thought you were rooting for her. I thought you said go in.
Go
in.
No go in.
You know, she's going to be playing up north next year. Up in New Hampshire.
Got to work on that free throw shooting.
Well, she's got, it's good balance there. Nice soft touch.
20 points for number 4 to lead the Hillers, and with 3:13 we got a timeout. Holliston, as the Hillers have pushed the lead back to 17, 54-37. Well, Holliston at points of this time has given Hopkinton all they can handle. Now we had that 10-1 run. We get a little bit of that going here in the last 3 minutes. Get it under 10. You know, Holliston's just a couple of possessions away from making this happen, but they're going to have to feed off of some forcing the Hillers into some errors right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to with, of course, Holliston has 10 fouls, so Hopkins is shooting 2 at every foul after this. Hopkins, on the other hand, only has 7 fouls, so Holliston will be either shooting 2 or 1-1 based on whether it's in the act of shooting or not. So first thing you got to do is, if you get it at the line, you got to make them. You don't have any. There's no room for error here. You got to make them. The other thing you got to do is you got to throw some picks and either do quick inside scoring or inside out to the 3-point shot. But you got to get the ball inside either way.
Wells into the paint, across to Ramirez Brodeur, across the baseline. Nice pass to Altabelli.
Count it.
And DeZindelet with the baseline jumper is good.
Nice D there, and Holliston will get the ball back.
Well, there's just 2 possessions right there that worked well for the Panthers. Good ball movement, open baseline jumper by DeZindelet, and now they got the quick turnover.
There you go. See that pick? When she ran across her, Abby Ray set a pick. That's what you want to do to break the press.
Well, I think Coach Keefe also put a second person in the backcourt. Shot no good. Rebound by Gogolin.
Jump ball. No. Oh, foul?
That'll be the 4th personal foul on Altabelli. That'll send Gogolin to the line for 2.
Well, quite a few of the girls now with 4 fouls, but really it's not going to matter too much here at this point. You know, the theory is when you get 3 fouls, you protect them. When you get 4 fouls, you say just go out there and play as hard as you can. She has a really nice shot, really pretty shot. 56-39, Holliston down 17, 2:35 left to go in this ball game.
DeZindelet turns to the paint. Runner! 12 points for number 5.
It's good defense by Holliston, good footwork.
Hopkinton content to just keep it outside. Brodeur reaches in, knocks it out of bounds.
Amelia Sensen checks in for Holliston. She's Hopkinton. She's a
12 seconds on the shot clock.
Freshman.
5. DeZindelet with the foul.
She knew it.
Just didn't hit the brakes hard enough. And that's the 4th foul on number 5. So 2:02 to go. Panthers within 15. Then 16.
I think
Hubner.
I think they're going to come out of this game thinking that, you know what, defensively we were all right, giving up 56, 57 points. It's the turnovers that Holliston had, and what points those turnovers turned into for Hopkinton. You take away a few of those and turn them into points for Holliston, and it's a whole different ballgame.
Altabelli to Zindelit,
Count
and
it.
count it. And Zindelit goes for the line to finish off the 3-point play.
See, and that's the thing with Grace Zindelit. She's a good shooter, but she's a better scorer. And by that I mean she always puts herself in a position to score, to get, whether it's underneath, whether it's outside. You know, she can shoot. She's outside shooter and everything. She can do that, but she hustles to get underneath and do some scoring under the basket too. She's just gone all around a good scorer, and as you said, she led the league last year in scoring.
Steal there for the tapped away by Altabelli, and a reach in from behind on Jeffroy.
So that's what I'm talking about. You got to come here now. You got to make these free throws. 1:44 left.
That'll send her to the line for a 1-and-1.
Holliston down 14, 57-43.
And a lane violation against the Panthers.
Brooke has that little left foot kick up right before she shoots, and you know, coach got to get with her and say you got to stay stable. You got to have good balance when you're shooting free throws. Stay stable. .130 left to go in the game.
And a steal knocked away by Altabelli. Great play on Gogolin.
Right to the hoop. And, ooh, almost.
That'll send Zindelit to the line for 2.
Yeah, both teams now shooting 2 for all the fouls from here on in.
Minute 22 to go. Panthers just running out of time right here. Zindelit gets the first one. Yep. Kazubal in for Jeffroy. I think Grace was trying to miss that second one and chase it down herself.
Look at her playing tough D.
She's not giving up. 3-point shot, no good. Wells, 1-on-4, turns it down. Zindelit steps back for a 3. Ramirez Brodeur with the rebound. We're under a minute to play. Into Altabelli. Needs some help.
3. That's a nice shot right
Ramirez
there.
Jeffroy off the play.
Count it.
To Zindelit off the glass for the basket. She's got 17 points. Down to 40 seconds to play. Holliston with an 11. Be nice to get another stop here. Hopkinton in trouble with just 12 on the shot clock. And there's a foul on Brodeur.
.24 seconds left to go in this game. Holliston trailing by 11, 57-46. And just as it did at the end of the first half, Tom, they kind of came back and played strong at the end of the second half. And you just got to play that same strength, that same consistency throughout. And they will get there. These girls will get there. And this is a really good Hopkinton team. And, you know, in fact, did they beat Hopkinton last year?
No, they did not.
Oh, it must have been the year before or something.
To Zindelit. Into the paint, draws a crowd, drops it off.
Nice pass.
Kazubal with the rebound, jump ball. No, foul call.
11 seconds left.
Good combination there.
Cammy goes to the line to shoot 2. Oh, what a nice shot. I think she's the last of the Kazubal girls. Basketball playing
You sure
family.
about that?
Well, I don't know.
Out of bounds. Hopkinton ball with 10 seconds to go. Well, the last 2 times when the Panthers played last year, Hopkinton, it was trouble for the Panthers. Holliston definitely taking steps to get more competitive with the Hillers this year. But your final score, Hopkinton 59, Holliston 47, draws a nice applause from this Panther crowd. But last year, Jay, it was Hopkinton beat Holliston by over 30 points. So, you know, moral victories, I know they don't count for much, but they did get within 12. And like you said, you know, they're going to look back at this film and say, you know, we could play with this team.
You know, it's the turnovers, and you know, if you figure, even if you figure you're shooting 30%, and they shoot 30% off their turnovers, and you miss the chance for 30%, you know, 3 baskets either way here, and take 6 points away from them. It's 53. Add 6 points onto you. It's a tie ball game. It's not that bad, but you can't make your defense play that hard all the time by turning the ball over on offense and giving them easier shots. And that's something I'm sure they'll work on, you know, this week and get better at it. And it's something that I think over the course of the year, Coach Keefe and Coach Lorenzo, they know what they're doing, and they will make adjustments. And you'll see pretty soon, you'll see this team play a full game, and whoever they play it against, they better watch out.
The leading scorer for the Hopkinton Hillers, Ivy Gogolin, with 22 points to lead the Hillers tonight. For Holliston, I'll check with Unistats over here. Steve Hedrick, you just nod if I got it right. Leading scorer for the Panthers, Grace DeZindelet with 17 points. Abby Ray Wells with 7. Eliza Altabelli with 7. Cammy Kazubal with 4. Brooke Jeffroy with 4. Melanie Coleman with 2. Gabriela Ramirez-Brodeur with 2. Jackie Alabrandi with 2. Tess Powers with 2 for the Panthers.
Well, nice job, Tom. I think they, you know, they needed this. They had to come out and play a good team, and they had to play well. And they had those spurts, a couple of those spurts, so they really did play well. And when you know you can do that, now the bar's been raised a little bit, because now you know you can do that. Now the coach can say, hey, we got to, instead of doing this for 2 minutes at the end of each quarter, we got to come out and do this for the game.
Well, thank you to the HCAT team here tonight on opening night. Steve Hedrick helping us with the statistician and some pregame talk. Oh, we get to say hi to Lisa Hedrick there up in the crow's nest here for HCAT. Jay Wyman, great job breaking off the football dust. I only put 1 nickel in the jar tonight.
I love being in the warm. It's nice.
Your final score for the Paul Rolls Fieldhouse, Hopkinton 59, Holliston 47. I'm Tom Emmons. Good night, everybody.